Welcome everyone. Today we begin our journey into the Mahabharata, one of the greatest epics of all time. It is much more than just a story about a war. It is an ocean of knowledge, philosophy, and insights into the complexities of human nature. But here is something important. What we are exploring today is the unabridged Mahabharata, the original nuanced version that offers a much richer narrative than the simplified retellings you may know. This is a version that doesn't reduce characters to heroes or villains, but instead dives deep into the moral dilemmas, human emotions, and philosophical debates that still resonate today. The Mahabharata is often described as an encyclopedia of life, capturing every human experience. It examines the four primary goals of existence: 1. Dharma, righteousness; Artha, wealth; Kama, desire; Moksha, that is liberation. Unlike the Ramayana, which is rooted in idealism, the Mahabharata deals with realism. It explores complex situations where the boundaries between right and wrong blur. For example, should you adhere to truth if it leads to harm? This focus on dilemmas and choices makes the Mahabharata deeply relatable even today. Can you think of another work that not only tells of gods and kings but also challenges you to reflect on your own decisions and values? The Mahabharata belongs to the Smriti tradition, meaning it was passed down orally before being written. It was traditionally attributed to Krishna Dvaipana Veda Vyasa, a sage known for his wisdom and for organizing the Vedas. However, the epic was not composed at one time. It evolved over centuries between 800 BC and 400 CE, as different authors added layers to its narrative. Originally, the Mahabharata was a shorter text called Jaya, containing approximately 8,800 shlokas. This evolved into Bharata, with approximately 24,000 shlokas, and finally the Mahabharata as we know today with around 80,000 shlokas. Popular myths like Vyasa dictating the epic to Ganesha are not part of the unabridged version but reflect how cultural storytelling has enriched its legacy over time. This transformation mirrors the epic's dynamic nature, absorbing centuries of thought, history, and philosophy. Did you know that critical edition of the Mahabharata, compiled by scholars between 1919 and 1966, highlights these layers, eliminating later interpolations and striving for authenticity? The question is, why the unabridged Mahabharata? The Mahabharata you may know from adaptations into TV serials or abridged versions often simplifies its characters and conflicts. For instance, Duryodhana, usually portrayed as a villain, is also called Suyodhana, meaning noble warrior. The Bhagavad Gita, often viewed as a stand-alone spiritual guide, is deeply contextual within Arjuna's moral crisis on the battleground. The unabridged Mahabharata doesn't shy away from complexities. It includes pro-Kaurava stances, showing that even they had justifiable grievances. Critical perspectives on Krishna, presenting him as a strategist whose actions were not universally admired. This depth makes the unabridged Mahabharata invaluable, not just as a story, but as a lens to examine human nature, ethical dilemmas, and the consequences of choice. So, as we move forward, think of the Mahabharata not as a single story, but as a living document of human experience. In the next section, we will explore its fascinating structure and themes, uncovering how it integrates philosophy, history, and storytelling. Let's continue this journey.